11, a company in the Upstate is playing a pivotal role now in tracking down the new COVID variant. Alessandra Young tells us more.
Through this machine, scientists are taking samples from both college students and community members in the Upstate and determining which COVID variants are present in our area. Premier Medical Laboratory Services is working to find characteristics of the new COVID variant Omicron in samples. They've been doing PCR testing where they test for an active infection for all 50 states. They're also doing next genetic sequencing, which is looking at which variant is responsible when a test comes back positive.
We are receiving many samples from Clemson now to hopefully stumble upon the Omicron eventually to where we can bring it in-house in the research and development department and characterize the virus.
Dr. Stuart Holt with the lab says they're searching for the new variant to be able to answer how much of an impact it'll have.
Is it going to affect the PCR? Is it going to affect antibody testing? Is it going to affect the vaccinations? Those are still questions that are out there, but again, we are positioned nicely to be able to address those.
Premier Medical Laboratory Services is one of the few labs in the Southeast that can do this sort of testing. Dr. Holt says each variant is just a mutation of the virus.
It literally is a thinking organism that will say, okay, if I mutate this way, I'm going to be able to attach to your nasal cavity a little bit more and invade your cell and replicate and become more survivable.
He says Omicron is a mutation that is easier to attach, replicate, and survive. He says they run thousands of tests to determine which variant caused the positive test, and their big hurdle, finding a test with the Omicron variant. But he says there's still a lot of questions that they plan to help find the answers to. Dr. Holt tells me even though the Omicron variant is the newest, it appears the Delta variant is the most common and causes the most severe symptoms in people.